What is going on, Shedheads? Welcome back. It is Friday night, and we're just freeballing it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? To be completely honest with you guys,
it's No Pants November.
Sure.
Yo, you know what I just realized, actually, is that James all month looks like he is completely supporting, like, the fucking Movember. And people right now are probably super impressed. They're like, yo, it's only like the fucking 4th of November and this homie's already got a full stash. Let's go. This guy must grow facial hair like a beast.
It's year round, bro. Year round.
No, I know, but not everybody knows that, right? People that know you and see every day, yeah.
Anywho, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with the boys. I got Mr. Sean Typhon here, as always, and my boy, Uncle Chris. And like I said, we're just going to be shooting the shit tonight. We have a couple little things that we might, want to just kind of focus on. But other than that, we're just chilling and vibing on a Friday with the Shedheads because that's what we do. And I like it. And with that being said, I guess we should start the show off as we normally do. You know, if you guys have seen the show in the past, then you pretty much know how this goes down. But if you haven't, we're just going to talk about what vape setups we have in front of us. If we have more than one, sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't. You got to wait till it gets to the person to figure out what they got.
Is, yeah.
So with that being said, let's start off with, you know what? Curveball. I'm going first. Ha! We don't ever do this, but I'm going to go first today.
Why not?
Yes.
White Mando Ranger. Palmer's Powders custom coated Mandalorian RCM mod. Look at that. Blow. Beautiful. One of my all-time favorites from Mr. Palmer's Powders. Got the RDA 2 on top. It's been my, I think it's my new favorite, guys. I think I'm going to call it now. It's been the only thing I've been vaping pretty much since I got it. Saw it coming. Got that nice pearl white rings on there. And speaking of Palmer's Powders, look at this guy. He's here to hang out tonight. But yeah, dude, loving this setup. Got a white chop top from DHD. And 2 guesses on what liquid I got in here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 guesses.
If he ain't treating you right, you need to let that man go.
Okay. No. Ha! Oh. I only gave you 1 guess, but yeah, switched it up. My boy, Uncle Chris, delivered a beautiful package of some liquids that I ordered, and I had to crank into one of them, like, off top, because I've been missing it.
I did not hand deliver it.
No, but like you put it in the mail in which it was then delivered.
I did hand deliver it to the mail.
Yeah. Sure. So in that aspect you did. But yeah, this is what I got. Coil Clout N90 Aliens on the inside. Loving it. That's my setup. And you know what? Since he just jumped in, let's just throw it to him just because he just got here. Palmer's Powders. What you got, bro?
I got one of these things.
Oh, hey, I know one of those. That's billet box. That thing.
A little wicked inside.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, look at your fancy battery wrap, dude.
Yeah. Billet box info. He's got probably the coolest battery wraps in existence. That's not even my favorite one.
It's a good one.
This one is
those
baller.
ones are sick.
Dude, that is actually really cool.
Dude, honestly, shout out to ODB. Like, even though, like, I wish the wraps were slightly thicker.
And the stubby, like,
it
looks great.
Yeah,
I do wish that they're slightly thicker.
Yeah, just a little bit thicker. And, dude, I would fucking have ODBs on every battery all the time, always.
I just stopped giving a fuck about them being thin because, let's face it, I'm like regulated dude, so I'm not really taking them in and out as much. But yeah, I do grab with you because you pinch them wrong.
Well, dude, not only that, if you just that's the thing, bro. Is like if your hand slips off the charger and you don't gently let the spring go, like I've seen some people that just rip the battery out and just let the thing go smack. It's like, oh, eventually that thing's gonna give out, and then you can catch that wrap, and then it's a done deal, bro. Got to rewrap it.
But inside the billet box, we got some of the Marketplace Pink Punchberry. Thanks to James, I can't get off this crack now, so fuck you.
So good.
And then the workhorse, shout out to TT Vape. If anybody follows that dude, he sent me this Thelema I don't know, forever ago, and I haven't put it down. Let's just put it that way. And RDA for Vape and V2.
Ooh, yeah.
Proto on top. with,
Said
you know,
Frodo.
Oh, some Boule.
You know.
I haven't vaped Boule in a while.
and that's all I got.
Nice. Who do you want to throw it to? Whoever. Sean or Chris?
Let's see what Sean's rocking.
Oh, me? Little old
Is that
me.
the crazy guy?
Oh, bless your heart, darling. In Jesus' name, I pray for you tonight. All right, all right.
Don't
Anyway.
pray for me. Your house might catch on fire.
I mean, I'm just saying, I walked around a whole haunted house doing that to every person who worked there, and God, that pissed them off.
Probably made
They
him
try to
very
jump up and,
uncomfortable.
oh, bless your heart, darling. Aren't you the sweetest? You was just trying like hell, aren't you? Oh, it was great. But me, that'd be a
Oh yeah.
OG clutch with this beautiful, beautiful RDA for vaping 2. Got that purple ring.
Dude, the purple
And-
and stainless looks so nice, dude.
I was gonna say their anodizing is
It's really nice, dude.
Yeah,
it's nice.
yeah.
Their finished work came out really good.
It's clean. I like it a lot. I really do. And inside of that, them Breeze tone coils. And I know a certain someone on this panel believes that they sing like Celine Dion, but these things are screaming like a fucking banshee tonight.
Ooh.
They're like high pitch
They're
howling.
like a siren from
so
the Book of Iliad or Homer's Iliad or
so aggressive. It's insane. It's like not like the siren song that calls you in. No, it's like the screech right before it rips your soul out of your body. And that I think is why it's vaping so nice, because it's got that bang deep cuts dragon shake.
Ooh, I haven't vaped that in a while either. There's so many liquids.
Yeah, dude. I needed like that kick of the dragon shake, and
That stuff lasted me like maybe 4 days.
oh my god, it's ludicrous how good that liquid is. And it's like the best thing about this liquid is it's one of those that, though it's like it's consistent no matter what you vape it in, the thing I noticed is that like in a single coil setup you get this like super rich creamy ice cream thing going on, but then when you're doing it in like a dual coil, super sub ohm like this, then it's just like super tart dragon fruit with that nice cream back note. So like you can flex it in either direction depending on how you want to build. And that's all I'm vaping on tonight. So Uncle Chris.
Well, okay. I got like a real simple night. I think that like I might get the same reaction from James, maybe even possibly, maybe not, with the liquid that I'm vaping on. But the setup, I got the Triple X Reborn. On top, I actually have the Rebirth RDA. Dude, you know
Throwing
what?
it back.
I've just really been liking this RDA, man. Like I've vaped it only for maybe 50 mils, but like this time, sorry. And it's really good. And then I can't remember the color of this chop top, but
The turquoise.
It could be, yeah. It's a chop top though. DHD, nice chop top.
Pretty sure it's the turquoise.
Of course, this one I think is no O-ring. No, this one is O-ring. I can tell just by looking at how narrow that is. And then the liquid that I'm rocking is some BC. From, UC testing grounds from me. And yeah, that's everything for me. Period.
Very nice, guys. So that's all of us right there. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to throw it over to my man, Mr. Typhon, for a little what's new in the shed.
Yow, check this out. So we're doing a 2-part episode coming up. So this week part 1, next week part 2, and you're getting back-to-back episodes with my man Mike, aka Hugh Man Mike. And Mike is behind the brand Hue. If you guys read a certain publication that's well known for shed time discussion, they actually had an article about this product. It's really unique, and Mike is an avid vapor, so it was really cool to kind of talk to him about dryer vaping technology and different ways that like the product that he represents can work in all of these different products. And I think one of my favorite things is that he introduced us to the Simrel FMJ, and it convinced me to buy one. So check the episode out. Part 1 dropping Monday at midnight. So that's midnight Eastern Standard Time for all you West Coasters who want to catch it a little bit later in the evening. You can get a little sneak peek. And if you want to watch the whole episode, if you want to catch it even earlier than everybody else, head on over to the Patreon. You guys know where to find it. It's at that Shed Time website. Bang. That's what's going on in the shed.
Nice. So with that being said, first thing, let's just start it off here because 3 out of the 4 of us here are rocking one at the moment. Chris, I know you got one on the way. Actually, we'll get to that.
Eventually,
we'll get to part of that here after the initial conversation because I got to talk to the man himself about it a little bit. But Sean, you've had a full week with an RDA2 from Coil Turd. I know last week you gave us like your initial first impressions, kind of gushed a little bit, but didn't go super crazy in depth. But I'm curious to hear what your opinion is now that you've had a full week with it, have had some, put some good amount of liquid through it, have, probably maybe you've re-wicked at least once by now, maybe depending on what liquid you're vaping or how crazy you're going. How's it been treating you? How's the experience? Pros, cons? I need to know it all.
All right. So first things first, I think everybody here knows that I was not a huge fan of the original RDA for vaping. Even when I was able to get it to vape relatively smoothly and obviously the flavor is great out of it, my biggest gripe has always been that, like, for the way that I vape, I literally had to drip that thing every 3 or 4 toots, and that just wasn't conducive for me. So immediately that is solved in this Addy, and that's something that I love. I literally, I might be weird. Some of you might do this with me. I don't know, but I count my drips because at a certain point, you kind of know how many drops your Addy can comfortably hold without it getting over dripped and super spitty. And so
no such thing.
I'll argue that yes, there is.
I'm sure that my mouth would too.
I'm gonna say I literally burned the inside of my lip this week because I didn't pay attention and just jammed a whole shitload of liquid in it and then tilted back as I was driving and vaping and literally poured burning hot liquid on the inside of my lip. Yeah, that sucked. So you could definitely go a little too hard, but yeah, what did I do? I hit 24 drops in this thing.
That's pretty solid, dude.
And there wasn't even a puddle. There was no puddle, which meant that if I wanted to go a little further and leave a small puddle, I could have. But 24 drops, that's super adequate, right? Because that literally means you're going to get a good 7 to 10 toots probably before you even have to think, I'm kind of drying out. Maybe I should give it another little couple of drips. And honestly, after 7 to 10, I'm pretty good. I can put my vape down for a good 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's kind of perfect in that sense. Building, it's building any postless, right? We've all seen this deck 1,000 times now. It's pretty straightforward. A piece of advice that was given to me from our friend Ryan, Effin' Delight. He's saying that he liked to just get his coils up a little bit higher, just so that way he could get a little more airflow underneath them. I messed with that a little and I liked that too. I was able to get that airflow right underneath the coil just enough to kind of make that full wrap under, which, as good as the flavor was when they were almost side on airflow, getting them up that tiny little bit, and we're talking a millimeter or two, not much, just a little extra tug after a rewick was all it took, right? And ridiculous. The airflow smooth. I mean, nobody, I don't think we can argue that. I've messed with all 3 airflows. Definitely a 2 millimeter is my preference. But man, that 1 millimeter,
dude, tell me the flavor don't pop, son.
It is so rich.
It's crazy,
and warm, and just velvety, mouthfeel to your vapor. It's pretty goddamn crazy. I think my only principal gripe there is that, again, if you're going to chain vape, you're going to get a little bit of a warm cap because that's such a small amount of airflow getting in there. But the 2, perfect. I have not had any hot cap at all. And I mean, we'll see if I can get it to show on the camera here. But I'm pretty fucking close to the walls and I'm pretty fucking close to the top. And I'm still not getting any hot cap. So that's a testament to the efficiency of the airflow hitting this coil.
Honestly is about the same.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think your coils are a little further into the center than mine.
Yeah.
But like I've always liked
I have mine a little bit
close.
Yeah, I have mine a little bit closer to the walls than I normally do in the original. But I've also found that also helps smooth it, like any of that, because like mine didn't necessarily like whistle. It like wanted to, you know what I mean? Where it's like, like it was like just very faint, but like as soon as you start vaping on it, you can't hear it because all you hear is, you know, either the crackle or the air just
until you get dry, right? And you get that little bit of a whistle, and you're like, oh, I need to re-drip now.
Yeah. But as soon as I raised them up and pulled them out a little bit,
I've messed with wicking a bunch too. So like I'm not using a cotton anybody's even heard of. Okay. Like it's just some like ultra cheap, probably fast tech coil cotton from somebody called XFKM. So yeah, like my buddy hooked me up with a shitload of it because he bought like a whole case. So I was like, fuck it, man. I got free cotton. I'm just gonna use it, whatever. And it works. It's fine. Like it liquid tastes like it's supposed to taste. It just doesn't hold up for a long time. So I've rewicked a bunch, and I've tried a little bit lighter. I've tried a little bit heavier. And what I found interesting is, you know, obviously everybody knows if you wick a little bit lighter in your cotton, obviously your cotton dries up a little quicker. I mean, there's less mass right there, so that's part of it. But the thing I noticed was because of the way that the chamber is built, right now I've got it like about as tightly packed into that coil as I can get it before the coil wants to move when I'm wicking, right? And I've managed to build the walls with the cotton so tight that there's literally no room for air to go besides under the coil and into my mouth. And holy shit, right now, I just re-wicked this today before the show. This particular wick job has this vaping the best it's vaped yet. It is the smoothest, just most flawless airflow I've had from it yet. And that's not putting down what I've had with every other wicking experiment I've tried with it. But I thought about that episode we did where like we were tucking cotton under the coil in some of these postless decks.
Oh, instead of like to the sides.
And smoothing out some of the airflow. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to tuck it under this coil, but I can just kind of bring it around a little more. And yeah, man, this is nuts. Like, again, I don't know if I mean, maybe we can see it if I get closer. Here we go. I'm losing light there. The cotton is to the walls all around. So that way only the air coming in goes under that coil and into your face.
That's what's up. Dude, that's why I love the layer cake. You know what? I might like this more than the RDA for vaping original. Because that's why I love the layer cake, bro. Because like there's literally it's just that you gave me the same kind of visual where that happens with the layer cake, right? There's only room for the air to go in, hit the coil, come right up into your fucking mouth, and your like mouth is right on top of the coils, just like it looks like it is with that. Oof. Yeah, and November can't come soon enough. Let's go.
It is a stellar vape. I said it last week, and I'm gonna say it again. This very quite possibly could be a perfect Addy. Like, I don't really think I can complain about anything. Yeah, there's no weeping. There's not. I have not a single.
The only little thing that I could have picked was just that little slight hiss that I got. But after, you know, a little playing around with coil placement and stuff, you can get it to go away. Other than that, I agree, dude. Flavor fucking pops. Airflow smooth. Easy to build. Easy to wick. Doesn't spit. You know what I mean? Not that, like I said, not that I had that problem with the original all that much, other than, you know, after freshly dripping and then going straight for a rip. Yeah, that's I obviously learned, after time, you gotta let that liquid kind of settle off
Now,
that
do you
block
gotta
a
do
little
the
bit.
Ashton trick where you like drip it and just like do the quick fire and then you vape it?
Exactly.
Except the only problem with the Ashton trick is if you really over drip it, then when you hit the
And then you
button,
just boiled that shit.
yeah, you blow the liquid in there, and then you're just like,
just lava down your throat.
yeah, dude.
But dude,
Happen.
it's good, man. Ashton, I want to ask your opinions on it because you've actually had yours longer than any of us here, as well as pretty much anybody else really out there. What's your opinions on it compared to the first one? Big differences, slight differences.
For me, it's definitely not anything like the first one. And if you fell in love with the first one, there's a lot of differences. Like there's no block there. It seems like what everything was inside the original cap was just very sandwiched in. There was a lot of compression, as I like to say. I don't know. Like I'm a weird person when it comes to an RDA. There has to be somewhat of resistance or compression. You get like that good turbulence feeling, and then like everything just kind of bouncing around. I still get that feeling with this one, with the 1 millimeter airflow ring. So that's nice. Overall, I would say I don't know, like the first one, everybody, like I'm pretty biased when it comes to it because I used the first one forever. I coated a shitload of them. So I'm pretty biased when it comes to the first one. I love the first one, but I also still do love this one. I'm just kind of I'm more of like a air hold dude than like an onslaught kind of guy, even though you can't really feel a difference in the draw. Like, I don't know, aesthetically, it's kind of appealing to me with the older one. But I mean, at the end of the day, like an RDA is an RDA and this one's a good one. And if you like simplistic,
Hold on.
easy.
I'm going to stop you right there, bro. It's not just a good one, dude. Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. Duh.
It's not just a good one. Bro.
I can't rant and rave on a soapbox.
Let's give credit where
biased.
credit is due, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I just had to do it just because. No, I agree though, dude. Like, because I'm very partial to the first one too, because like I have 3 or 4 of them. I've got a couple different colors. My white one is probably one of my favorite RDAs just of all time. Period. Not only because it vapes awesome, but that white and black. Oh, so sexy.
Dude, like
fucking love it.
I have a red and black one that matches my red and black M-Turk mod, and
but
that's
dude,
like my end all be all. But I could still make this one match that tube and still have the same satisfaction point. Like there's no like, is the first one better than the second one? Yeah, in certain aspects, but like the vape, in my opinion,
there's
is like
for sure.
just as good.
I just meant like where your expectations met. You know what I mean?
For
with,
sure.
like,
I would say they're over met.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, that's more what I was looking for an answer.
When it comes down to like
that.
even not even me finishing them, but when I get them and they're the stainless ones or whatever, or I'm looking at the anodized ones that they've done in house, like their finish work, their polish work, like even down to the nuts and the screws and everything is just so fucking clean and crisp. And I was surprised that he got that kind of like product out of Hell Vape, and no shade to Hell Vape, but
they did a fantastic job.
They fucking killed it.
I'm not even gonna front, bro, because if like obviously you can't tell that from the outside, but obviously once you open the package and get to like the little cotton bag, you'll see Hell Vape on the thing. But dude, at the end of the day, all the machining on this, absolutely beautiful. O-ring tolerances on it, perfect, dude. The top cap
and like when you put
perfect.
the airflow ring on it over the thing,
that little
click.
snap, that little snap and click. You know what I mean, dude? This right here, I thought was so genius.
Such a brilliant feature.
But this, bro, this is what I love the most about this RDA, I think, is the quarter turn little top cap. You know what I mean? So you could pop it. Oh, cool. My coils are, and I could vape it. Or, you know, you could just easily look at it without having to pop the cap off and pop it back on and have to worry about finding a lock or anything. Not only that, but what I like about this one too is you have a little bit more space in the cap to where it's like you don't necessarily, like you have a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to putting your cap on, because I can't count how many times on the other one where I thought I had it lined up, but it was off a little bit and I smashed a coil just because it was just kind of slightly off.
I'd always look for like that little thing. But if
I'm
you're just
saying,
fiddling
like,
and
if
you're just keep going,
yeah,
yeah.
But at the end of the day, dude, it's a fucking banger. I agree with everything you're saying. I'm honestly really stoked to hear that you're enjoying it, Sean, just because I know how much I enjoy it. I'm really curious to see what Chris is gonna say about it. He got to hit it like
pretty
once.
sure I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. Because like this is the one thing, right? I got to a point where I was like satisfied with the RDA for vaping,
and
right?
you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not like you hated it.
But there were some things about it that I didn't like. So I didn't like how like gentle I had to be when I put the cap back on, like because you had almost zero room, and so that was one thing I didn't like. I'm not sure that that's solved on this one for me, but the cap part, I hated unscrewing the cap, man, because I wouldn't want to take the cap off, like the actual barrel off. And so then I'd end up screwing the cap off to like check out my build. Cause like, you might have been like, oh, is that a dry hit or do I have a hot spot? So you'd like have to like pop the cap, and then I'd be like fucking worried that I would put it back on and I would rock it on mech mods. And then I'd be like, what happens if I get a short? Like I just had this like weird, and the vape was good, but like some of the things about it that I would want to see improved are things that seem like to be improved, like the way that you get at the cap, that little bit of extra space that you have, like putting 3 millimeters in there, you're not going to have that same concern as before. Like I might not. But also like, I'm not going to lie, dude, like the Hell Vape part doesn't bother me at all. I'm not okay. Other than the fact that like Hell Vape is trash at this point, and the idea of their own shit, because all they do is put out the next dead rabbit, the next dead rabbit, the next dead rabbit, the next dead rabbit. But in the past, I've enjoyed almost everything that I've got. Like, dude, the RDA I'm vaping right now, it's Hell Vape, right? Like, you guys know that I love the Destiny RTA. Like, there's multiple products that they have, Trishul's, both of them, alive. They're awesome. So, like, I believe that they can make something good, and just some of those things that got changed, I think it's going to make it so I probably will like it. So I am really looking forward to trying it. I'm going to put some Breeze Tones coils in it because I'm going to pick it up at Will's. I'm just going to be like, yo, Will, listen, have it with a fucking Breeze Tone 0.1s, like right there. I will fucking install that bitch and vape it. Have me a fresh bottle of something like that, I want. Call Georgie. Dude, let's go.
The best part is,
Georgie.
Dude, the best part is, bro, is not only do you get a brand new one, but you have one of the first coated ones.
Publicly owned.
One of one. Palmer's Powder's crazy dope purple. Fucking like, beautiful RDA, dude. Which brings me to my other point that I wanted to talk about, because we're talking about this RDA. Because I recently also sent one out at the same time with Chris's to get one coated with my Bonneville. And I don't know if you guys have been peeping Instagram recently, but Ashton posted a little teaser of what he did for me. I'm just going to pull up the old text message picture because it looks so clean. Just because I can zoom in and I could just like it. Just look at that. Just look at it.
Looks like a KitchenAid mixer.
Dude, it brings me back like the 1950s, bro.
Yes,
like
57 Bel Air.
Yes, exact. 56, 57 Bel Air. Fucking chrome and seafoam green, baby.
Dude,
yeah.
That's fucking...
Dude, and you know what drip tip I'm going to put on there, dude? Probably going to put it either a sea glass, which I think's going to look pretty slick.
Dude, sea glass will look sexy on that.
Or I might just put my I've got that mistletoe, which is a little bit darker of a teal, but I think it might still kind of work. We'll see when it gets here.
Do you have a platinum balls?
I don't.
How about that one? You need that one, bro.
I don't have that one either, bro. I don't have.
You don't have the turquoise? No. Oh, dude.
Because I've never had anything this color, so it looks like I'm gonna have to get it. And there's Chris's right there, dude. That purple looks so crazy, dude.
Oh my!
God. It's not really picking it up, but it's like the purple that I would use. The purple that I would use a lot on Chris's stuff. Like if you've seen a Saint, or I don't know, really anything that I did purple for Uncle Chris, it's basically like that same purple, but it's tinted with like blue fucking pearl in it. Purples never show up on camera, right? They always
look see the purple real heavy though. Like on
my phone's about to die.
You can see the purple on the side, real heavy.
Yeah.
It looks fucking so.
It's just
sick.
trying to get the camera right on there, but dude, it looks so clean, and you see the little blue as it fucking spin. So sick. And
and also Will said that he said done with the fucking resewn coils.
Also, look what he did to Will's. Me and Will sent matching setups. Will did black and chrome, and I went with seafoam and chrome. Dude, the Bonneville like that two-tone looks so fucking sick, dude.
Dude,
I don't think it matters what color. Just the chrome on the piston and the inlays with like another color over it looks so clean, dude.
Dude, this is gonna sound like so selfish, but like, thank you for coming into my life, Ashton.
100%, 100%, dude.
I've literally seen so much fucking sick work done by you that I would not have got to see and own.
I was literally
get to own if I didn't fucking know you.
I was literally talking about Ashton at work today, and literally, my buddy was like, "So, like, if I have something, can I like send it to him and like and he'll code it for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, that's what he does, bro." He's like, "Dude." He's like, "Do you think I can get like a Yeti like tumbler coded in like red and black, kind of like Star Wars theme?" I'm like, "Bro,
you can get fucking Star Wars."
I was like, dude, I was like,
the man can fucking do that.
That's what I was like, dude. I was like, let me pull up his Instagram here, bro. And I just started fucking scrolling, and he's like, dude. He's like, hey, dude, honestly, he's so stoked about this. He's like, bro, he's like, I'm going to go home this weekend. I'm going to get the tumbler, and then I'm going to go online and kind of like look at like some pictures and stuff and kind of get some ideas. He's like, dude, this is going to be cool. He's so stoked about it, dude.
The mind-blowing thing about that kind of stuff for me is you would think that in big cities like California or states like California that there would be like a competitor, or not to say that there isn't competitors to me, but like somebody that is doing equivalent to the same kind of work or somewhat of some stencil work.
But like, I think
there is a few people out there, but
just people don't look for that kind of stuff, or they don't think about that kind of stuff, right? Unless you're into it, or like you're into a hobby.
I'm not saying that I don't want anybody's work out of state, because I really do, but it's kind of mind blowing. Thinking of California in a sense is just crazy to me.
Yeah,
because everything comes from California. Like
I said, it's all depends if you are exposed to it, right? Like people that are into like vaping might not have ever thought about getting something powder coated, and then they saw you do mods, they got you to do a mod, and now they've sent you something else. I'm sure that's happened, right? Just people don't fully appreciate like what skilled people are doing out there. Like, I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, unless
at the end of the day, it's a luxury, not a necessity.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, and if you're not in an industry that uses that type of thing, you know what I mean? You're not going to be, you're obviously not going to know about it, because, you know, you wouldn't think about it. You know, obviously, you know, you've got that automotive off-road background, you know, I do too. So I knew about powder coating, but way before I got into, you know, vape stuff, because, you know, all my buddies, you know, would get their sand rails frames coated and like all this different things on their cars and this and that. So like I had that kind of idea, but the things that you do with it though, bring it to a whole nother level from what I even thought powder coating could be, just with like your stencil work and your fades and all the other different crazy inlay work and stuff that you have brought to the table. Not only that, but like the little tricks and things that you got under your sleeve to, you know, kind of make things different than everybody else. I think that's why when people see your shit, especially like people that we show, they're like, dude, that's crazy. Now I want to get something, you know, because it's different. It's something that's like catches your eye and just like, whoa, like grabs your attention.
I'm always trying to, like, I don't know, for me, I get bored really quick, or not necessarily bored. It's just always, I think it even came down to vaping. Like when I first started vaping and I got like a cartomizer and a little variable voltage battery, and I had some like Skittles juice in it, and I'm just like chiefing on this thing, and like had that light bulb moment go off in your head, and you're like, holy shit, like this thing works, right? But then it's like after a minute, you're starting to think like, I wonder if there's something better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if there's something better. And then I'm like thinking about all these things that I'm watching on Instagram at that time. And I'm like seeing all these dudes just like blow these huge clouds. And I'm like, oh, that is vaping too. You know, like it was all these things. But then it's also, I've kind of taken that with powder coating as well. As it's like, I always want to try to be better, or I'm always trying to do something that other people aren't doing. You know, like I have to take it to that point to satisfy myself instead of like running myself bored or moving on to a different job or something, you know, or different industry.
Dude, it's just crazy, bro. Like just to see this, because and I'm thinking about it now. It's like almost like 2-3 years since like the original, you know, coding that I got from you, and just like seeing like all the different things that you've done since then and gotten into and been able to do and just progress.
Dude, I've lived a whole nother life since then.
Dude,
like
it's nuts, bro.
Fucking scary.
It's a trip, man. It is a trip, dude, and it's just.
But I'm
cool
also
to see,
like,
man.
I'm also on that verge of like, you know, it's like things have slowed down substantially when it comes to vape stuff, and not like I'm on this soapbox of like, oh, vaping's dead or whatever. It's just the industry has changed and moved in ways when it comes to even the products we consume on a daily basis. Like mech mods aren't like this huge driving force anymore. Like, and even like with RDAs, like, did we think we would get an RDA V2? And like the time presence of like where we're sitting as the industry in America. Like, I mean, a lot of people still vape RDAs, but everything's kind of switched. A lot of the majority of the hobbyist vapors have switched to this kind of form in a sense, you know, and like a lot of those things are really able to be coded, or they can, but it's just a far more long drawn out process for me to do those kind of things compared to like doing mech mods and things.
Like, since we're, you know, on the subject, I know you've had a chance to corrupt something kind of new and different from the norm. Yeah, dude. Stubbies, bro? What?
Stubbies are a thing. I'm still waiting on to test like one that's already been put together. All these showed up to me completely raw and naked with no magnets glued in or anything of that nature. So like, I'm kind of curious if it'll still be doable if I get one sent to me. So we'll see.
Dude, that's cool to see though, because that with you knowing that obviously the raw versions can be coded, maybe in the future, not saying it's gonna happen, but possibility of maybe a limited
worst comes to worst. I just like when I go to strip the thing and I like outgas it, we'll just heat it up hot enough to where those magnets fall out, the glue releases, and I'll just put new magnets in it if that's the thing. And if it works that way, cross your fingers, knock on some wood, whatever you do, skip around the room like Grim Green. That's really the only thing. I like the main reason why I like doing those kind of jobs and stuff is for me, it's like one of those satisfactory points. Like I'll sit here and flip like the battery door or whatnot, like, and just like watch how everything fits together all seamlessly. But it also like I have to.
Would you look at that? A little hidden prize right there underneath the panel.
A little faded inner panel. It keep on giving, but it's like when you hold it and you use it and you vape it and you look at it and you like look at like the stupid like precise tape lines and how everything just falls away and goes seamless. It's like that's so satisfying. And that's what everything brought me to this point. You know, it's like looking for those stupid little minute details, like just paying attention to detail. And like, if I wouldn't have taped those things and been so meticulous, it wouldn't have fit back together. So like just high tolerances or high performance or whatever you want to say, like that's where my brain resides. And I can't do any other work than that. Or like, it just drives me crazy if I don't.
Everybody out there, as you know, Ashton Palmer from Palmer's Powders, he pisses excellence.
No, I definitely don't piss excellence.
He pisses Twisted Tea, to be honest. But
as of like the other day, it's been like a couple weeks without Twisted Tea in the system. So,
attaboy.
No, it's not attaboy. I'm a quitter.
I'm a quitter. Well, dude, I'm excited because I got a fresh Palmer's Powders coating coming my way. I know Chris is stoked because he's got a fresh RDA coming his way. I know Sean's stoked because he's got an RDA that he's actually enjoying and loving. Ashton, I know you're stoked because you got to correct some different shit, and hopefully
it's been a while, dude. It's been a minute, like, and it was fun. I got to do some of those, and then a little FYI to everybody, I got another big job coming in. that I can't really say who or what, but I'm sure you could figure it out. I'll probably be,
no idea.
To be honest with you, I'm going to be probably booked out on that job for several months because it's supposedly going to be a 500 piece order. So if you do want stuff done,
now's the time.
Highly suggest to send it in now.
Do it now.
Or even like try to get it in before Christmas, because once I'm on this, it's going to be hard to get me to get off of this job.
So that being said,
that's no disrespect to you or the customer that I'm going to be dealing with, but it's just a very intense labored job.
Hey, here's the thing, guys. Let me explain something. Let me explain something for Mr. Palmer's Powders here. He's a one-man crew, guys. He does it all himself, one man. All right? So, with that being said, when you got that many fucking pieces, that's a lot of time. It's a lot of man hours. It's a lot of hours of sleep lost. So,
well, I'll probably, like, to be honest with you, it entails stencil work. So, it's like, I'll probably be
time-consuming.
I'll probably just be cutting and peeling stencils for at least 3 weeks. That's just doing stencils. That's not like prepping, coating, peeling, coating again, peeling again. Yeah.
Honestly, Anthony, that would be 100%. Anthony has a question for Ashton. Well, I guess we'll just throw it to the panel. He's like, I want to get a setup powder coated to look like a candy cane to go with my Santa Claus look. What combo would you recommend I buy to make that? Here's the thing,
if it
Anthony.
is a tube,
it's up to you,
I would highly suggest getting a straight tube and not something that's got a bunch of like machine wigglies in it. I don't know. Like more of the mods that have features to them like that is a lot harder for me to do, even like a simple coating like that, where I would need a flat surface.
The flatter the surface, the better, bro.
The more round and tubey, the better.
And if you can find one that looks like a J, it'd be even perfect.
Yeah. But with that being said, guys, I feel like it's about that time that we take ourselves a little bit of a, shed time break, and then come back for a little gameage to end out the show. What do you say, fellas? You down?
Do it.
So, Sean, tell them what the time it is.
Oh, boy. Well, looking at my Gucci, it's about that time to tell y'all that we need to inhale the good shit and exhale the bullshit, because it's shit time.
Look at my Gucci. And we're back.
Two,
Hopefully you guys enjoyed your shed time break, because I know we all did. And with that being said, if you guys did not get your votes in the chat for what game you'd like to see us play, do it now. Because if you don't, tough luck. Because I'm going to let it go for one more minute. We got 3 games out there. Would you rather taste it or waste it, or most likely to get your vote in, and we'll see how this goes. I was going to say something, and then I completely forgot. Oh, I think this is what I was going to say. I feel like we need to start getting another trivia night put together here soon. And
yeah.
But I want a special for it, and I think
Stan.
No, that would be cool. But I was thinking, he was talking about getting a candy cane coating. Mr. Oink Squad, Anthony Ramella, bro, me and you need to have a little convo, because I feel like we need you to come in and do a little hosting on a trivia night here soon.
Dude,
hands down, one of the funniest dudes ever.
Because I feel like it'd be a lot of fun, dude.
Yep.
So
that night, because of the way that he is, I know that he's gonna have some fucking very diverse questions for a trivia night.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. It could be like normal trivia. It could be like whatever. You could just do your thing. You know what I mean? And then we'll get together beforehand, figure out whatever ground rules you've set, and we'll make it happen, man. I feel like it'll be a lot of fun, and I feel like you'd be the guy to be the host for the first special guest hosting of Shedhead Trivia.
I love this idea. This is
so if you're into it, man, let me know. Other
Anthony,
than that,
you can't say no, Anthony. You've got to do this. This will be fucking pure gold. He says it would be my pleasure,
awesome,
James.
Dude. Awesome. So we'll get in touch, bro. We'll talk more details. But with that being said, guys, official vote: 53% of you guys want to see us play. Don't have a bumper for it, because we don't play it that often, because I honestly forget about it half the time. But it is time for a Vape Stew original. Would you rather? Shout outs to the Stew. Miss you guys. Stooge crew for life, baby.
Pouring
one out.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it's time for a Would You Rather. And with this, guys, we leave it up to you guys out there in chat to start dropping some Would You Rather scenarios out there in chat. And we'll go through and we'll pick one out, read it out, and the 4 of us here on the panel tonight will say which one we would rather do. You know what I mean? We'll pick which route we want to go, which fork in the road we'd choose in this Would You Rather scenario. So with that being said, it's up to you guys, because if you guys don't participate out there in chat, then we have nothing to do this game with. So crowd participation is crucial. Okay. So
bless your hearts, darling. Y'all got to go out there and put out them there little suggestions so that we can play our game here. Praise Jesus, okay?
Praise Jesus. Oh, bless your heart.
I need to try to do that for a day at work. Like, I just need to like stay that character all day. Like, I don't know what you.
I think you'll get fired. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, bless your heart.
Do you think so? I'm cool with playing the game. We don't need to talk about that.
So, chat, you guys, I'm waiting on you, man. This is all based off you. If you guys
all
don't have any
save us from ourselves.
You guys
please,
picked this
chat.
game.
We're gonna say 53% of you wanted to play. Let's
you
go.
chose this.
I chose taste it or waste it.
Here we go. Now they're starting to roll. Let's go.
All right, I appreciate. Thank you, Ian and Addie Tooney, for those. But let's get some creative. Like get like those. Pull up a Google tab and just type in "Would you rather" questions, and then just start typing them in chat. But with that being said, here we go. Let's start with Mallory, because she started it with a "Would you rather." Would you rather sit on a cactus than vape your or vape your most hate foul? Okay, I guess what she's trying to say is like the most foul e-liquid. So would you rather sit on a cactus or vape the most foul e-liquid ever? What would you choose? Ashton, go.
I'm pretty picky when it comes to like shitty e-juice. Like I think we all know that.
You only vape the shittiest.
I'm a shitty vape
But to be
snob.
honest with you, I would probably rather sit on a cactus if that meant there was like a hidden bottle of pink punchberry underneath it.
Okay. All right. So you take
Yeah, I'll take a fucking cactus in the ass for some good juice.
Okay. All right. What about you, Sean? What do you think here, man? Are you taking the cacti or?
So here's my thought, right? Because my initial premise of this is that I only got to do either one once, right? So it's like, well, then if I've got to just sit on a fucking cactus to avoid taking a vape of this disgusting liquid, or I can take the vape liquid and not get a prick in my ass, I'm gonna vape the disgusting e-liquid. I'm gonna let the fucking Parmesan cheese vape hit my palate one time and not worry about piercing my nutsack with cactus spines.
All right,
I got 2 kids. I already did that.
I'm gonna jump in here because I think I kind of already know what Chris's answer is gonna be. I would probably see. Oh, this is kind of tough, bro. Because like when it comes down to
frame a reference to get into a cactus.
I do because I've not purposely, but I have sat on a cactus, and I've also vaped a very, very foul e-liquid. Okay, so I know what it's like on both sides.
He didn't die in either one.
I know. I survived. I'm here.
You are here, yeah.
I am here. So at the end of the day, either way, I'll survive it. But which one is going to have the longer lasting effect? Probably the cactus to the ass. But I also really hate throwing up. And if it's a really foul e-liquid, most chances are I might just throw up. So I might take the cactus, bro. I think I'm going to go with the cactus, dude.
Ooh.
Because, here's the thing too, depending on how thick of jeans you may be wearing, it may not be that bad.
I feel like that is really leaving it up to chance. Like that's what I feel, but like I mean,
that's just
right.
That's where I'm going, bro. I'm gonna go that route, dude. I don't know why. That's
cool. Okay, well, I personally, I would take the e-liquid.
I would
vape. I would vape that shit 20 times to not sit on a cactus. Like I'd much rather not.
And he'll ask if he could turn up the watts.
Yeah, exactly. But ultimately, like for me, the initial sitting on the cactus would suck, right? But no, that's not where it ends, because there's a realistic chance that you're going to have a bunch of needles in your ass that you then have to pull out, which hurts then too. So I'd rather just like wreck my mouth for a few hours than have to deal with like a couple hours of pulling needles out of my ass after the initial pain of already sitting on a fucking cactus. So yeah, I would vape the nasty.
And your sore ass probably the next day as it's healing. Like
I know what we're doing on the bro trip.
We're sitting on cactuses.
Yeah, we're gonna get to.
We're doing both,
I'm gonna
bro.
sit on a fucking cactus.
We're gonna vape Parmesan cheese e-liquid while sitting on cactuses.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then we're gonna watch like Uncle Chris. Uncle Chris pulling
I'll tell you this.
Hi, my name's Frames. Welcome to Jackass. This is the cactus vape liquid.
Dude, I'll tell you.
That just sounds good, though.
I will vape.
It sounds good until you see it.
E-liquid the entire time of that fucking trip. I'll literally make the most honey e-liquid possible, just so all you guys smell the whole time is cat piss.
I was gonna say, I don't mind the taste of it.
Want to see me puke like Steve had the whole time?
It's all secondary.
Oh my god, that lingering cat piss smell is the devil.
All right,
probably gonna go to jail.
Let's get another one in here, Ashton. Pick one out from chat if you got it up, dude.
Okay.
There's a lot of good ones out there now.
You're not wrong, Anthony. You're not wrong.
I don't know if my chat's updated. This is kind of weird.
You in top chat?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, we could get a few more suggestions.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm trying to find one.
I like how Mallory Gates, she sides with James and Ashton. And she says, I'll take that ass damage.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Like the chat's not refreshing for me for some reason.
All right. Well, you can maybe close it and refresh it and come back, and we'll have like Sean or Chris pick one out until you figure it out.
Yeah, go for it.
For sure. Whoever wants to go for it.
All right. Well, I already saw one that I'm gonna pick then.
All right.
So this one came from where'd you go?
There
it was
we
Anthony Ramella, I do believe. Yes. Would you rather dance in a Speedo or give a speech with a dress on?
Ooh.
See, like the one thing that like I'm just curious is like, how like where am I dancing with a Speedo on? Like, am I just dancing like right now, like with a Speedo on, or am I like dancing at like a wedding with a Speedo on? Like, I think that ultimately, I'm not really sure. That's like a very difficult question because
I think the
I
idea is
don't know how
we're
much.
dancing in front of people.
Yeah, okay. Then in that case, okay, so that does not really change anything, to be honest with you. So for me, like, I don't really love giving speeches. I have no issues speaking. If like there's a room of people that are paying attention to what I'm saying, I'm not concerned, right? But if I'm like giving a speech, I've never really been that good at it. I think that I put a lot of pressure on myself, so like it makes me feel away. You know what I mean? If I was just like speaking in front of people like right now, I have no issues. I know that there's people watching that doesn't bother me, but it's also not prepared. It's just like off the cuff. Like that's what I'm doing, right? So that's very that makes me feel like away. And like the fact that I'm wearing a dress would only make me feel even more uncomfortable. It's like number one, I don't normally wear dresses, and number two, I'm pretty sure they're not comfortable. So like all those things, what I think that I might rather fucking dance in a Speedo. Like, I can dance all right. I mean, it's just the embarrassing factor of wearing a Speedo as like a bigger man. It's like even a little bit more embarrassing, but at the same time, like I'd rather do that and show that I can have a good time than fucking bomb a speech in a dress. So I think that I would go with the fucking Speedo dancing. Thank you, Anthony.
All right, who wants to jump in next?
So wear a dress and do a speech, or wear a Speedo
and
dance.
And dance.
Ooh, dude.
Yeah. You gotta dance with the people in your Speedo.
I know my answer.
I mean,
I'm coming in here hot, bro. I am
be honest
channeling my inner Chris Pontius, bro. And I am
just
party
gonna say
boying the fuck out of wherever I'm at, dude. I don't give a fuck. That is what I'm doing. I'm living vicariously through Chris Pontius in that point in time and just party boying that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's it. Boom.
Depending on who I have to make a speech to, and if it is something I like to talk about, fuck yeah, I'll throw on a dress and do it. But at the same time, you bet your ass I'll rock a banana hammock just because I want to see my wife laugh all day, and me walking around in like a leopard print banana hammock would do that.
I would
feel very just be so embarrassed she wouldn't want to be around me.
To clarify, I would be very, very uncomfortable doing both. To be honest with you, I would not be like 100% down for either one. But if I had to pick, I would just fucking full on just go for it, party boy style, man, boombox and all, dude.
See, I'm gonna be the outlier, I guess, because I'm a talker and I can give a speech like a motherfucker. Everybody's seen it. I monologue like crazy. So for me, I'll just rock that dress because my shit will be so incredible coming out of my mouth. Nobody will even remember I was wearing a dress.
And who can see the dress behind the podium anyway?
And at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, I'll wrap the Speedo underneath the dress because fuck yeah, why not?
That was a pretty good one. All right. So you see the chat now, Ashton?
Yeah.
Go for it, dude.
There was one.
Hell yeah, Fishy. That's a good fucking statement there. Sorry, my brain stopped working for a second though. He said, I realized as I've gotten older, embarrassment is only a thing when you care about what other people think. Luckily, I could give a rat's ass what people think.
All right, here we go.
Hell yeah.
This one's from an advocate for liberty. Would you rather listen to Barbie Girl by Aqua for 12 hours or be completely deaf for 48?
Ooh,
I'm jumping right in. Let me be deaf for 48.
Me too. I would go deaf for 48 hours because I'm already halfway there.
Oh my God, to have that much silence.
One thing, right? I think that like after 12 hours of Barbie Girl, I would have to like go deaf for 48 hours. Just so I could, like, you know what I mean? Like I would probably get there. Like,
but your internal monologue would just be like boom, 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 boom.
See, this is the thing for me, right? Like complete silence. Like, would that like get rid of like tinnitus and everything? Like, would I not even hear that, or would I still have the ringing in my ears that I have like when I don't have music playing?
My understanding is that deaf is deaf. You ain't hear shit.
Okay, then I would prefer to be deaf for 48 hours than to listen to 12 hours straight of Barbie Girl. Because just me saying Barbie Girl and it being in this conversation for the last 2 minutes has literally made it play in my head, and I'm already wanting to crawl in my own skin. So 12 hours, no. Let me be deaf for 48 hours.
Yeah, you'll find me in a padded room before that 12 hours was up.
James, how about you?
I think I'd go nuts either way, personally. But, dude, I feel like at a certain point I might be able to tune out Barbie Girl, you know, after a few hours. You know what I mean?
Call.
There's times where I'll have my headphones on at work listening to like a podcast or something, and then all of a sudden realize, oh, wait, I'm listening to a podcast.
It's like when you're reading a book and you're trying to comprehend, and then you get like 2 pages down and you're like, well, oh fuck, I gotta go back. I did not listen to anything. It's just that I was like, just reading.
I spend so much time up here, you know what I mean? Like already, that I feel like I tune out a lot of shit already as it is. Like I can't count how many times these guys will be in, or I'll be in Discord with you guys and you'll be talking to me and I won't hear it because like I'm just like off somewhere. Like, either I'm watching something or I'm just like over here.
Yeah, you're on Green's watch.
Either I know I'm here. Yeah. Just like I just zone all the time, dude. Especially like if I'm in the middle of like doing like a remedial task, like at work, like if I'm in what I call like my zone, you know what I mean? When I get into a groove, dude, I'm like kind of dead to the world at that point. I'm just like into whatever I'm doing, and then people either come up to me and startle me because like I'm in such a groove that I forget that other people are around me, or they're trying to talk to me and I'm just ignoring them just because like I don't realize that, oh wait, they are talking to me. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, I'm gonna go Barbie Girl 12 hours. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just
you're gnarly.
I think
brave man.
Like I kind of feel like you're a bit of a monster right now.
Because dude, here's the thing, dude. I would go nuts if I couldn't hear anything. You know what I mean? Because like I need to listen to me because I consume so much content, bro. Like listening and just because I do a lot of listening.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, more so I think that all of us do, but like for me, and that is scary. I'm not saying that that's not something that would intimidate me if I knew that that was like looming over me. Like in the next 48 hours, starting in an hour, you won't be able to hear anything. Like, yeah, I would fucking feel like, oh my God. But I think that if I knew that it was happening because I had a choice, I would much rather do that than listen to Barbie.
But here's the thing,
12
bro.
hours straight. That's like the entire day you're awake.
You want to listen to it like 2 seconds in.
Dude, but then you have 2 full days of not hearing shit.
What's so bad about that?
There is
you work in a loud environment.
I'll take the 12 hours to get the other 36. You know what I'm saying? Of regular life. You know what I'm saying? I'll endure that pain just so I could get those other 36 hours of being able to hear what I want. You know,
I already watch a lot of shit
because then I could choose
on anyway.
Because then at that point I could choose to not listen to anything if I wanted to. You know what I mean? By that point, it's a choice, not being like, no, this is all you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
If we get enough patrons on the podcast, I want to put this to the test. The three of us will have to be noise canceled for fucking 48 hours. James is going to have to endure it for fucking 12 hours of Barbie Girl. I want to see who fares better. Talk about gold content.
We'll see which four of us ends up with PTSD.
Dude, that'd be crazy, dude.
Yeah, you know what?
We'd all
Now
need
that
therapy
you just,
afterward.
made that a possibility in my head. I'm like,
so see, perfect. We'll get it sponsored by
choice.
BetterHelp.
Dude, we would need therapy after that for sure.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, Chris, go ahead, pick one out, dude.
Okay, I got one ready. Okay, so this one is from Earn, and it's: would you rather have a hamster-sized dog or a dog-sized hamster?
Oh,
this is like a classic fucking vape stew.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, would you rather
hamster-sized dog for shizzle,
dude? Horses or 100 or one horse?
Throw my dog in my pocket. He's like, bark, bark.
Yeah. So, so that's what the question is. Would you rather have a dog-sized hamster or a hamster-sized dog?
I mean, I guess I already have a hamster-sized dog.
Yeah, because
dude.
What size? Like,
yours is a little bit like a really big guinea pig.
Because we all know
she's a loaf of bread.
Here's the thing. We all know hamsters are pretty much like one generic size. They don't really vary too much unless you're getting to like the dwarf hamsters. You know what I mean? You know, we're about there. But when it comes to dogs, you can have a dog that's this big, or you can have a dog that's bigger than me. So where are we like on this scale as far as dog size goes? Because at a certain point, I don't know if I want a Great Dane sized hamster, bro.
Well,
because that could be fucking terrifying.
Here's my food for thought on that. And this is what's leading me to my conclusion, right? Hamsters have to chew on wood. The bigger the hamster, the more wood it's going to want to chew on.
Eat your fucking house, bro.
It's literally going to chew your house down.
Well, not only that, bro, but think about how big them teeth are going to be. And that's deadly, son. You could die.
If I've been
not saying
that
you
hamsters,
can't get killed by, obviously that's possible too, but dude, and they could just stuff you into their whole fucking cheek, bro.
Exactly. I want the hamster-sized dog. Like,
then
for
then
real.
the pit bull wouldn't be the most deadly dog in America.
Hamster-sized dog, bro. Like a hamster-sized golden retriever would be kind of sick.
Yep. I'd much rather have to curb that dog as well, because that small of a dog means how small of a poop.
Right?
Dude. Glorious.
You would not have to like poop and scoop, that's for sure.
For sure. Like I would assume it would have to poop size, pellet size, you know, like.
Yeah, there you go.
Like very low amount.
Anthony says hamster-sized dog, and I'd become a breeder.
You take one kibble from a normal sized dog kibble, smash it into bits. There's your dog's.
You know what? That's a good point, Dean. A dog-sized hamster is a capybara.
Oh,
yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
Isn't there like a fucking animal that looks like a hamster that's the size of a dog?
That's what it is, the capybara.
Yeah, the capybara is. I mean, capybaras will swim in water where hamsters typically won't. They'll bathe in dust.
It's more like a gerbil, but like ultimately,
it's
like
similar.
It'd be similar.
And they're from Australia, right?
It is close.
From South America.
Somewhere.
They're from Brazil. Or
somewhere not around here.
Yeah. They're from
not our
bro.
continent, bro. Not our continent.
And I think people do keep them as pets in some parts of the world.
I know. I know people have them like sanctuaries and stuff. But anywho,
dude,
that was a weird
either
one.
way, it's wild. I think I would go. I haven't answered, but I don't. I think that I would go with the dog-sized, or the hamster-sized dog, because I do think it would be cool. I never in my life have wanted that small of a dog. Like whenever I saw teacup poodles and stuff, I was like, dude, what is the point? But I really don't think that I'd want a hamster that was as big as, like, because Ern later said a 70 to 100 pound dog. Yeah, I don't want a hamster that big. I don't even, dude. I got bit by a dwarf hamster when I was a kid multiple times because I had one, and like I tried my fucking best to make this thing just be chill with getting picked up and like held in my hand and like putting it in the little fucking hamster ball, whatever, all that shit. Dude, I even had like the miniature fucking ball for like the little mini hamster. This motherfucker would bite the shit out of me all the time. And like it got to a point where like the last year I had him, I would just like put a little thing inside. He would go in like, so like a little hut. Then I'd pull the hut out, put him into a like an aquarium, like not with water in it, obviously. And he would just like be in there while I cleaned out his cage, and then I'd fucking just quickly try to grab him real sneaky like out of the aquarium because there's nothing in it, and then just like put him back in so fast. I probably half the time threw him in the fucking thing because like he'd be biting me the whole goddamn time. And his name was MC.
Bro, my brother had a hamster similar to that we called Satan because he had like red eyes and shit. And
dude, this one basically was that.
He was like the devil, bro, reincarnated in a hamster.
Actually, I rescued a hamster we called Bitey. That was the same.
I had one back in the day, and he was chill as fuck. I called him Popcorn because he looked like a popcorn or like a piece of popcorn because he was like white with like kind of like butter yellow spots on him. And dude, he was so chill, bro. I would wear like, you know, a shirt like this with a pocket in it, and he'd just like chill in my pocket, and I'd like feed him unsalted sunflower seeds and watch TV. And then I taught him how to write a tech deck.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I
R.I.P. Popcorn,
your
bro.
relationship with your hamster was
if I could have Popcorn as a dog, I would take Popcorn, bro. R.I.P. Popcorn.
Yeah, I had some chill ones. I had a pair of Chinese dwarf hamsters at one time, and like they were super
MC
chill.
hamster, bro. That's hilarious. I just
well, you gotta remember, right? Yeah. I had him. It was probably like 1988.
Yeah.
89.
That's hilarious.
Like when MC Hammer was massive as fuck.
Was he doing the hamster dance?
Dude, I don't know. My brother had a pretty baller hamster though.
Can't chomp this.
Two, but he had one, and it was named Splinter. And it was like real dark face like Splinter, and it would always stand up on its back legs, and we used to like think that he looked like Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Ninjutsu.
He's actually a pretty dope hamster, dude. He used to like live in the ball for hours, bro.
To the gulag.
I loved it. Yeah, dude. There was never a stop. He would just fucking bite. Man, that's and hilarious. The worst part is like people are like, "Oh, you sure you want to get a miniature hamster?" Like I heard that they're like not as nice. I'm like, yeah, they look so cool.
Yeah.
So that's why I got it.
Bitey was a regular dwarf hamster too. And this bitch was so crazy. Like this was a cage that had like, you know, the metal bars because she bit so much. You couldn't put her in like an all plastic one. And this fucking hamster would like monkey bar hand over hand across the top. She was
dude, you know what she was doing? She was training.
She was damn right.
I'm gonna be strong as fuck the next
time. Bro. She was like, when we first got her, the only way to handle her was with leather gloves on, so she couldn't actually bite you. Like we finally got her tame enough that you could actually handle her without gloves on. But for the first few months, it was literally I had a pair of leather driving gloves that we would wear just to hold her because she'd bite the shit out of those gloves.
Dude, you know what? You just made me realize something. Like, what the hell were my parents doing? They knew that the thing fucking bit me all the time. Why would they have not given me a glove to like help train him? I was literally trying to train him to get used to getting held by me or getting taken out of his cage with my bare ass hands as like a fucking 8-year-old kid. And I got bit every single time, multiple times. And like my parents were never like, "Oh yeah, why don't you use this leather glove, Christopher?" Like, what the fuck?
Because they enjoyed watching you get tortured.
Dude, that's fucking well, my mom hated it though. My mom hated it so hard. She was like, "You won't have that here." And then like I begged for it and I begged for it and I begged for it. And then like I finally got it. And my mom was like, "Look, like if this thing's ever out, it's gone. Like I never want to see this thing." And I never did because I couldn't even fucking hold it. But my brother's hamster, like, yeah, my mom actually liked him. She's like, "Yo," because he would come down and he'd roll around the place. And if my mom was like cleaning, dude, he would like roll around and follow my mom in the ball. Like he was like like, have you ever seen those things? James, did you see it when we were at CNFTCon where there was like that lady walking out and there was like a robot following her?
They have ice chest. They have that Heineken came out with like a little mini keg thing that's like that will follow you around. It's got like a little ice chest or a mini keg inside.
Oh, maybe it was that. Maybe it wasn't a robot.
That's just what we need is fucking kegs following around.
Well,
cool. It was
right
cool,
here in Boston on I think it's one of the college campuses. They've got robotic food delivery. And so like
it's something similar to that, yeah.
It's this little like box that can either keep food hot
Domino's
or cold,
has those in Seattle and Amazon.
Drives to its destination autonomously. And the fucked up thing is that I've seen articles all the time about like it coming across situations. Like there was literally a police crime scene and it doesn't give a fuck. So it's driving right through a police crime scene. It doesn't know that there was a gang
that robot. He's got prints.
He's driving through evidence. Fuck y'all. I got to get this pizza there in 20 minutes or less.
And life is turning into iRobot way too much.
For real, dude.
2030 is going to be fucking wild. Number one, I'm going to be retired and rich from crypto. But number two, it's going to be like crazy shit, bro. I love your
confidence. Admire your confidence there.
You gotta have
I got a powder coating shop for sale in 2030 if you want to buy it.
All right. Do we want to try to do one more real quick? Or Ashton, did you answer that? Did you want the hamster-sized dog or a dog-sized hamster?
I said hamster-sized dog because that'd be legit to like, toss your dog in your like chest pocket on your Dixon flannel and he'd just be like, oh, saw, dude.
Yeah, dude. All right, quick speed round one real quick. Let's find a quick speed round one. Okay, here we go. Would you rather go skydiving or scuba diving?
Ooh.
I would way rather jump out of an airplane. Fuck the ocean, bro.
I'm going underwater. I love me some fish.
That's the only time I've ever felt claustrophobic in my life. Was one time my brother lost his fucking class ring off these rocks we were jumping off into a lake. So we like went and got, snorkeling gear and I dove down and I got down to like, probably like 8-9 feet. And then I like started looking around and the rocks were bigger than me down there. Yeah, I about shit my pants underwater.
Dude, fuck. All right. Well,
you almost dropped a torpedo,
Sean, bro. Here's the deal, right? I personally have utmost confidence in the water, in swimming and in deep diving. All of my abilities within water, I'm very confident. I've spent thousands of hours of training. I've fucking worked at it for years. So like for me, and dude, I've never jumped out of a plane. That literally scares the shit out of me. Could I do it to save my life? Yes, I do think so. Because it's like I'm definitely gonna die if I don't jump, but if I do jump, I might survive. I think I would have no problems doing it then. But like without like that gun to the head moment or like it's all going down, I don't think that I would ever do it. And like I said, I'm very confident and I'm also very competent at swimming. So I used to actually like deep dive all the time just for fun. We used to like in swimming lessons, like especially once I got like far in swimming lessons, like we used to play games where it was a 15-foot deep pool and you would basically be at the top and somebody would like yell when you're on the top of this fucking like high dive board. You'd probably be like 10 meters and they'd yell what change they wanted. So they say, I want 37 cents. And so you'd jump in, you'd fucking dive down, and then you go down to the bottom of the pool and you'd fucking get like 37 cents, and then you'd fucking come back up to the top with it in your hand. So to me, like that's not scary. Like I've done things like that.
Pools and shit aren't scary to me either, but like being in water.
Open water.
Yeah, but that doesn't scare me either. Like I've actually like I've been many places where I've like swam as deep as I could, or like you're at somewhere and you're like, yo, I fucking jumped off this like real high fucking spot and my foot like touched these like something weird, like not hard, but like weird. And then you'd like, all right. And you'd like dive back down and there'd be just enough light and the murkiness. And you'd be like, oh dude, there's like fucking all these like crazy things down there. Yeah, man. I think that like underwater adventuring is probably one of the coolest things you can do on this earth.
I wouldn't mind doing like that deepest pool in Dubai where there's like all those rooms and shit. That'd be sick.
This went from a speed round to a very in-depth explanation round.
Yeah. Sorry, I just really like swimming.
He's very passionate about swimming.
Jumping out of plane scares me.
What did you answer already too, Ashton, or no?
Yeah, I said I'll jump out of a fucking plane over
Sean,
diving any day.
What about you?
I was going diving because I love some fish.
See, for me, I wouldn't mind doing both at some point in time, but here's the thing. I'm kind of with Ashton when it comes to like deep open water. Kind of creeps me the fuck out, but for some reason, I've always really wanted to go skydiving. Like always since I was a kid.
Fuck, sign me up. I'll do it without a parachute if somebody's gonna catch me.
like Travis Pastrana. But yeah, I think I'd probably rather go skydiving first. And then maybe scuba diving if I can conquer, skydiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you live that part, you'd scuba dive.
I think I would.
Skydive with your scuba suit on and then go diving.
Or just like get like 50 feet above the water and just
yeah, dude.
Skydive into a scuba.
Be sick.
A sky scuba dive.
Exactly.
Well,
you land in the water and just get your gear. And now you're
bringing a whole new meaning to skydiving.
Right. Yeah, dude. With that being said, guys, I think that was a good round of Would You Rather. Shout outs to Mr. Palmer's Powders for just jumping in and hanging out with us on this free ball on Friday. Yeah. I got to say, a good convo about the old RDA2. I know we've kind of been talking about it for, the last few shows, but what can you say? I like it. Sean likes it. Ashton likes it. And Chris is most likely going to enjoy it as well.
And you're probably going to like it too if you buy one.
Yeah, it seems like a majority of you guys out there in chat seem to be enjoying it as well. So with that, like I said, possible trivia night maybe next week if we can work it out. Possibly, and that means we'll bring some of you shedheads on to play trivia with us. So stay tuned. I'll let you know for sure if that's going to happen next week or the week after. We'll figure it out with Anthony, and then we'll let you guys know. Other than that, I will say coming up more towards the end of the month will be some build-offs coming up. Just because we're going to wait for Chris to get his RDA2 in his hand. That way the four of us can get down with Mr. Beecher and the old build-off in the RDA2. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, we're going to also get the whole bracket build-off championship situation going at some point. We just need to get a contenders list together. So if you want to be part of the next build-off of champions, send us an email to thegreenroom.shedtime@gmail.com. Just put in the subject, build-off of champions. Say, and then whatever you want to put in there, say, hey, I'm in. And then I want to try to get at least, what do you guys think? At least like 5 other people than us. That would bring 8. So that's like,
I'd love to see us hit 12 total if we could.
Dude, if we can get that many,
6
bro.
6, right? Like
like a 6 on 6. That would be a pretty good bracket. So if we can get at least that many people, of course, we'll spread this out within a few episodes. Maybe we'll figure it out once we get the whole situation and figure out what the bracket situation is going to be. But if you guys want to take part in this, just send us an email. We'll get a whole list together of who wants to participate. And then once we get that situated, we'll do like a drawing situation or something to figure out who's going to go against who in the first round, and then we'll bracket it out after the fact. But I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. Like I said, we'll get some extra commentary in, and I think it'll be a blast, guys. So stay tuned for all those future things coming up. Other than that, I think it's time to round this out as we always do. Before we throw it to Chris, Ashton, anything you want to plug or anything you want to say to the shedheads out there?
Thanks for tuning in, you guys. And it's always nice to be on the show and say what's up and also see everybody in chat. It's just it's a good Friday feels. So thanks, everybody. And if you're looking for me, it's at Palmer's Powders everywhere, or palmerspowders.com. If you guys want to get anything coded, mugs, mechs, it doesn't matter. I'll do it. But other than that, what do you got, Uncle Chris?
Well, I'll just say thanks to everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys all. Thank you, everybody, for in chat tonight. Thank you, all the people that just like to sit and not be a part of chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, all the replay crew. All you guys are MVPs to us. If you guys want to check me out on Tuesday nights on KBTV's YouTube channel, feel free to do that for mixing it up. I'm always looking for suggestions, as well as like everybody else is looking for suggestions too. So if you guys ever have a suggestion or that secret want, it doesn't even have to be a secret. It could just be like an open want of a flavor that you just want to see somebody create. Maybe just shoot me a DM somewhere, drop a comment on one of our past videos. Clown's definitely all over reading all the comments on our past videos, so feel free to do that. And I'm pretty sure that like I know some guy that can make it happen. So don't be shy. Obviously, I'll also want to plug check out Shit Time Podcast. Just like Sean was saying, we have a 2-parter coming up. It was a fucking great convo. Mike was a wonderful dude that's like so passionate, and he's like on to something pretty fucking dope. Like, no pun intended. Like, what he's doing is really cool. So I think that you guys will enjoy those episodes. So just go over to shittimepodcast.com. Of course, we got a Patreon. You can check that out too if you'd like. And that's everything for me. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. And we'll catch you on the next one. Sean.
Yo, big thank you to everybody for tuning in. Big thank you to Ashton for joining in. Shed Time Podcast is where you can find us every week. Hit the website for all sorts of links to get you to all of our socials. I know that there's this weird like security thing that some people might be running into over there. I'm working on it, but you can still get there. It's just we got to get around that. So, we'll fix it. But with that being said, there's links to everything, including the albums I just mentioned in the chat. If you want to get yourself the full version of the Green Room theme music and bump it whenever, wherever, it's available on my Bandcamp. So you guys can go check that out. Links on the Shed Time website. And with all of that, I'm going to bring it to a close like I always do and remind you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, be sure to have some fun. Let's do this.
Confucius. Say. You guys know the deal. It's my time, my fucking segment. I love it. It's my favorite. Shout outs to my dude Confucius, because today he's got a gem for you guys. And today, wise words of wisdom, food for thought for all of you beautiful people, all of you shedheads out there. Today, Confucius say, men are like cement. After getting laid, they take a long time to get hard. He also says,
that's good.
Also says, a streaker is someone who is unsuited for their work.
Oh,
you see what he did there? You see what he did? So shout outs to Confucius, of course, as always, and shout outs to all of you amazing shedheads out there in chat, as well as the ones catching the replay. We appreciate and love each and every one of you guys from showing us support from day one. For anybody that may be tuning into this for the first time, we appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out. Hopefully you guys continue to come back. We do this I would say every Friday.
You can say every Friday.
I want to say every Friday, but there are rare occasions.
There's been like 3 times in 4 years. Like, I think you could say every Friday pretty much.
But most of the time, majority of the time, Friday, come hang out, same time, here with the boys. Sometimes we have Shedhead sessions. Sometimes we have topics that we talk about. Sometimes we do build-offs. Sometimes we have guests like tonight, a little pop-in from Palmer's Powder. So stay tuned for more episodes happening here. Of course, check out the podcast if you guys want to hear more of our thoughts on the various topics, Shed Time oriented, not Shed Time oriented. Sometimes we get real deep into, just real, vibes, juicy content and just juicy conversations, whether they're dealing with life or just whatever, man. Go over there, go check it out. I really enjoy it. It's honestly one of my biggest passions at this moment. You know what I mean? It's my time to let loose with the boys and just have those conversations and discussions about things that normally sometimes you just don't have the opportunity to talk about. But luckily, we have a whole hour to 2 hour episode sometimes where we get the opportunity to do that, and we take full advantage of it. So you guys can go over there, check it out, and hopefully you guys can take as much out of it as we do, because I will say I've learned a lot from doing these episodes, as well as been able to take a lot from these dudes, as well as the guests that we've had on, and implemented a lot of these things in my life, and it's actually helped me out quite a bit, I feel. So hopefully it could do the same for some of you. Other than that, I say it every week, and I feel like I lie to you guys because it still hasn't happened. Reviews will happen at some point, so I'm not going to tell you when they're going to happen because they'll just pop up when I can. I'm not going to promise anything. Time gets away from me a lot of times. I at this new job, I'm really focused on that at the moment, and focusing on me and my life, but I still am really passionate about this community, and obviously we still continue to do this show, and we still continue to do the podcast, but the reviews have kind of been kind of put to the side for a little bit, just for me to kind of focus on other things. But eventually we're going to be getting back to it. But I do have some things here on the desk that I still need to do a video for. Like, I just realized I still haven't done one for the stubby yet, so that will be coming out. I've got that new ether boro coming. I think I might even have it sometime this weekend, so I'm excited about doing that. Maybe I might do a build stream this weekend.
Do it.
Maybe I might do that if that comes in. If that ends up coming in this weekend. If not, maybe I'll do one this week when that happens. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, we'll be back here next Friday doing the same old thing with all of you shedheads. So with that being said, let's wrap this up. Shout outs to you guys one more time. Tune in next Friday. As always, sending out positive vibes, crisp high fives, and as always, let's just vape on, shedheads. And as Ben Globin would say, a little dab will do ya. Peace.